Huriwa to Ribadu, as you now sleep with two eyes closed, 133 million Nigerian households are awake and famished. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Frontline Civil Society body, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Huriwa, has told the National Security Advisor, NSA, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, that his admission that members of his household now sleep with two eyes closed since the coming of a current government makes little meaning to Nigerians as we speak. Officially, 133 million Nigerian households are multidimensionally poor, and therefore their members are weak, famished, and unsure of their sources of their next meals. Huriwa also faulted the National Security Advisor for saying that because no police station in the southeast has been set on fire since May 29th, it therefore means that the insecurity rocking the zone or Nigeria has abated, just as the rights group reminded Malam Nuhu Ribadu that over 65% of registered voters in Imo State couldn't come out to vote for fear of either being killed by armed non-state actors or the rampaging armed security forces that were massively deployed for the off-season election, most of whom became ballot thumb printers and snatchers for the All Progressive Congress gubernatorial candidate alongside the Imo State-sponsored armed Ibubago militia. Hiriwa reminded the NSA that only last week the Abia State Governor, Mr. Alex Oti, found over 50 decomposing bodies of citizens in forest next to the Lokpanto cattle market in Umenochi, local government area of Abia State. Hiriwa said that a large chunk of Anambra and Imo State are vast ungoverned spaces because of a near-zero absence of any form of state-funded security forces who were largely displaced when police stations in many areas were set ablaze. Hiriwa stated that nearly all burnt police stations in Imo State specifically have not been rebuilt, and so there is no significant presence of police operatives in all those places except in Owerri, Olu, Okigwe, and few other urban areas of the state. Hiriwa recalled that the National Security Advisor to the President, Nuhu Ribadu, has said that Nigerians can be rest assured that the security challenges will be brought to the barest minimal despite the security threats still bedeviling the country, especially in the northern states. Speaking at the ongoing annual conference of the Nigerian Guild of Editors in Uyo, Nuhu Ribadu assured Nigerians that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a talking and walking politician. The present government is barely 5 months old, but are committed to curbing the insecurity rocking the nation. Hiriwa said Ribadu was similarly quoted by the media as stating that since the current government came on board on May 29, 2023, Nigerians now sleep with their two eyes closed. In a media release by Hiriwa's national coordinator, Comrade Emmanuel Omobiko, the group reminded Nuhu Ribadu that till this moment, official figures says that 133 million Nigerian households are multidimensionally poor. The riot group stated that statistically 65% of multidimensionally poor people, 86.1 million people, live in the north, while 35%, nearly 47 million, live in the south. A significant portion of this poor population are deprived of clean water, cooking fuel, adequate sanitation, and access to health care. Huriwa wondered how the National Security Advisor only considered terrorism as only threats to national security when some of the most potent threats to national security are associated and directly linked to food or economic insecurity, which become unprecedented with the removal of subsidy on petrol by Tinubu, just as the riot group asked the NSA to confirm the statistical data of poverty in Nigeria from the well-considered Poverty Index report released by the National Bureau of Statistics in 2022. The NBS released its National Multidimensional Poverty Index report within the year, which showed that 133 million Nigerians are multidimensionally poor. Hiriwa reminded the NSA that the inflation rate has continued to rise under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, with the July 2023 inflationary trend rising to 24.08%. Also, in October 2023, the headline inflation rate increased to 27.33% relative to the September 2023 headline inflation rate, which was 26.72%. Specifically, the NSA to President Bola Tinubu, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, noted that although kidnapping has replaced armed robbery throughout the country, the few instances still being experienced in the country are carried out by an organized syndicate, even as a promise that we will not fold our arms and allow banditry to take over the peace of this country, he assured. When asked why it is difficult for the military to flush out Boko Haram from the country, Ribadu'S said that it was in progress. Ribadu'S further disclosed thoughts that the government has invested so much on tackling insecurity for the good of the people. If every Nigerian can behave as true Nigerians and cooperate with government and every security agency, then kidnapping and the likes will soon become a thing of the past, he said. Hira demanded that everybody should tell Nigerians why the terrorists from northwest states who slaughtered over 30 soldiers and even made sensational claim in August of 2023 of shooting down the Nigerian Air Force fighter jet in Niger State are still, until today, not rounded up even when the mastermind showed up in viral video. The NSA, who says Nigerians sleep with two eyes closed, is he unaware that 8 youth corps members kidnapped on their way in Zamfara for camp are still being held over 3 months, and indeed, only a few days back, some 20 Muslims who were on procession in Katsina State were slaughtered by armed terrorists, Hirwa said. The rights group therefore cautioned the National Security Advisor to avoid the pensions by politicians for use of media propaganda, but instead lead the drive for a coordinated joint armed forces combat of terrorists and also to impress it on the Nigerian police force and the Department of State Services to rid the country of armed kidnappers who have upgraded their operations since President Tinubu came into office. Was it not just yesterday that a pastor who was kidnapped in Kogi State was killed by his captors even after his family had paid the 1 million naira ransom demanded by the armed marauders? Can the NSA on his own with no security details drive himself from Biu in Borno State through Kaduna to Katsina without being kidnapped? Heriwa said, good question. You're coming out to say Nigerians are not sleeping with their two eyes closed. For where? In fact, Nigerians are now more awake. Why? Because nothing there to eat. They don't have where food is coming from. Do you understand? They don't know what is going to happen next to them. They don't know where their next meal is coming from. First of all, we'll talk about food. Some are hungry. Some I keep telling people that people who were comfortably, they're able to feed their family members at least twice a day. They no longer do that. They cut it to twice a day. They delay the food in the morning, and then in the afternoon or late afternoon they get to eat, and they say, for us to keep fit, we are not going to eat again. And they have been using it, but now they don't see 1 square meal you should put for body, and they are coming out to tell us super story of the century. Alright, on this note, you've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for turning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.